don't know who I am. My goal was to create something beautiful. And I think I created a monster. And that's so scary. And I have urges to do things a certain way. But then I say, well, that's not very smart. Or what will people think? Is that really you wanting to do that? The thing is I don't know. I don't know. Because I've changed so much of me to fit whatever environment I was in. Heaven, hi everyone. It's Noah Shafan Coleman, and today we're going to be talking about self-rejection. This is something that I have experienced at a very young age, and I've been doing it for many years. Try not to get emotional about it because I don't know what opportunities I would have been able to enjoy, how many more friends I would have let into my life, how many doors I could have opened for myself if I hadn't have rejected myself. I'm 21 years old and I still feel like I don't fully know myself. I could be mistaken, but I believe around the age of 25 is when the human brain is fully developed. I'm only 21, right? But I'm not even fully developed yet. A lot of people, they grow up. Sorry, it's a plane passing by. A lot of people grow up and don't reject themselves. They encourage themselves, or they receive encouragement, and they accept themselves for who they are, and they work on their flaws. At around 4th grade is when I started to change bits and pieces of my personality. I started to experiment with my personality. I started to change things. I think I told my mother or someone, or I wrote it down somewhere, that I could feel myself picking things up and moving things around in my head. So I experimented with my personality, and I made myself more sensitive, more timid, quieter. Moment by moment, I shifted from what I really wanted to do, and I changed myself into this other person just by changing my habits. And after a while, something happened that let me know that what I had done had actually begun to really change me into someone else. I think I heard like a loud noise, and it actually scared me, the person that I created. But that loud noise wouldn't have scared the person that I really was. And I was just a little girl. In the beginning, I had a really bold personality. I loved the camera. Whenever my dad would turn the camera on to record his children, I somehow found my way into the frame. I was very loud, very obnoxious, very playful. But when I got to about 4th grade, that's when I started to change bits and pieces of my personality, because I wanted to be someone else. I didn't appreciate who I was. I didn't like who I was. I didn't like my name. I was embarrassed of myself. I didn't like qualities that I had. So I began changing myself. So here are some signs of self-rejection from Google's AI overview. Self-criticism, being mean or harshly critical to yourself. People-pleasing, saying yes to everything to gain acceptance and approval. Fear of rejection. Avoiding situations or relationships where you might be rejected. Low self-esteem, feeling self-conscious or inadequate. Perfectionism, having very high standards for yourself. Comparison with others, compare yourself to others. Over-attention at appearance, paying too much attention to your appearance. Bitterness, feeling bitter, difficulty loving others. It also says self-rejection can stem from low self-esteem, poor insight, or bad experiences. It can also affect your relationships because you might assume others think about you the way you feel about yourself. Some ways to cope with rejection include letting go of self-blame, seeing opportunities to grow, engaging in self-care, feeling your emotions, and listing your success. There's another post. Self-rejection could also look like not expressing interest in someone you like because you convince yourself that they could never be interested in you. Not participating in discussions, believing that your contributions wouldn't be as valuable as others. Downplaying your success, thinking that acknowledging them might make others dislike you. Not applying for a job you're qualified for because you convince yourself you won't be chosen. Struggling to say no when necessary, feeling that asserting your boundaries will lead to disapproval. Hesitating to share your creative work out of fear of criticism, mockery from others. A lot of those signs there, I did exhibit. I didn't know that perfection, I've experienced perfectionism because I was afraid of rejection. I had very high standards for myself. In high school, I have a 4.4 GPA. I had maximum honors in school for my cumulative class rank because for every assignment I aimed for an A. I'm proud of that. But I'm afraid that I lost myself. I'm not too far gone. There's this book that I read, or that was read to me when I was a little girl. And it was about, I think it's called The Gritty Triangle. It's about a triangle that just wanted more sides and angles. And over time, that triangle got so many sides and angles that it turned into this almost a circle. Like, what is that? You just took, which is something I did, was I took attributes of other people and I put them into myself and I used it because I was very good at emulating. And I could see when someone had a gift or a talent or could do something. And all I had to do was watch them. And once I knew how to do it, I'd take it and I'd put it inside me and I'd use it. But after a while, you forget what attributes really belonged to you. It's disheartening because even this voice that I use, I probably got from someone else. My mannerisms, the way I use my hands, I probably got from someone else. It's scary because I got rid of parts of myself and replaced it with parts of other people. And I don't know who's who anymore. It's scary. I'm not mentally ill. I'm just a chameleon. So it's hard. Because I created this person. She's not a monster. She's just a Frankenstein. And that's so scary. Because my goal was to create something beautiful. And I think I created a monster because it's not me. But it's hard because I started as a little girl. I wasn't even fully developed. And I changed something that wasn't even fully grown. So how can you know something that hasn't even finished growing and you changed it. I don't know. Oh man. And I have urges to do things a certain way. But then I say, well, that's not very smart. Or what will people think? Is that really you wanting to do that? The thing is I don't know. I don't know. Because I've changed so much of me to fit whatever environment I was in, to fit whatever situation, circumstance, friendship, relationship I was in, to survive or to thrive. So I honestly don't know. I don't know who I am. I just learned to change my colors. I think at the core of myself, I still am who I am. But I don't know if I change parts of my personality and my soul is the same, or if my soul is fragmented. I can't tell the difference. Turns out that I've been unofficially diagnosed with ADHD. So maybe I found... So I'll probably find how ADHD affects the personality, or how ADHD has cultivated my personality over the years. But finding myself is, when people say they're gonna find themselves, from what I think, they already have an idea of what they are and what they like. And I do too. But it's been years and I've shapeshifted so much. So when I say this is a journey of finding myself, I really mean that.